It was the warrior spirit that won America's freedom back in 1776. John Adams said this in 1777, the great founding father, second president of the United States. "You will never know," he says, "how much it has cost my generation to preserve your freedom. I hope you will make good use of it." 245 years later, unfortunately, we have not made good use of it. Actually, if you want to be brutally honest, we've taken our freedom for granted. And now it's our very freedom that's in jeopardy. Dutch Sheets said, "A non-advancing church in America has turned to routine, to living in the safety of the familiar, rather than moving into the challenges of cultural and societal transformation." When a people values their safety more than their freedom and is unwilling to take a risk, unwilling for warfare, you end up with elected governments like the one we have now in Washington. Joseph de Maistre said back in the 18th century, "Every nation gets the government it deserves." Thomas Jefferson, another founding father, said, "The government you get is the government, or the government you elect is the government you deserve." But my favorite quote on this subject is from a newspaper man, H.L. Mencken, who said, "People deserve the government they get, and they deserve to get it good and hard." And that's exactly what's going on today. We, even though the election was questionable, facts are facts, and we are living now under a regime that is Marxist and socialist in its philosophy, and that always means in history that they will use a promise for more safety if we'll be willing to give up some freedom. The problem is you end up with neither freedom or safety if you can go along with that. Winston Churchill, one of the great heroes of the 20th century, I believe God used him to save the world. He was the Prime Minister of England in the face of Nazi Germany. I'll close with this. He said, "If you will not fight for right when you can easily win without bloodshed, if you will not fight when your victory is sure and not too costly, you may come to the moment when you will have to fight with all the odds against you and only a precarious chance of survival. There may even be a worse case. You may have to fight when there's no hope of victory, because it's better to perish than to live as slaves." Are we going to be willing to go to war about this? Are we going to be willing to take up the warrior spirit and fight back when we see our freedoms being taken away month by month? I believe God is raising up an army that'll do that. I've already enlisted. I'm asking you to enroll too. Will you do it? I think you will.